All right, folks, back with another quick video. One thing I want to take a look at is how to handle your data. Um, so if we go over here into the settings portion and come down in here, well, first of all, let's take a look at home. You can see I have some equipment here and a bunch of sessions down here, all that kind of fun stuff. Great, good, wonderful. One thing that you can do is this data again is on your phone and it syncs to CloudKit. But if you do want to save it, you can come over here into settings, come down here to the data management, and you can hit export data. So I'm gonna go ahead and tap that. And then one of the things I like to do, well, it's up to you. If you're exporting data, just keep in mind this has your images on there as well. Maybe you care about that, maybe you don't. Depends on what type of target analysis you do. For me, I don't really care about the photo, but I'm not judging anybody that does. But I'm going to go ahead and include them for now. And it kind of gives you a little warning that, hey, some of these data sets will be pretty big. So, anyways, let's go ahead and export this. And it's going to pop open your iCloud drive. And we're going to go ahead and hit, well, down in the bottom here, see where it says save as LoadLab export. I'm actually just going to change it to whatever my load lab stuff. I don't know what that's going to do. You can save it anywhere on your iCloud drive that you want to. Sorry, I'm having a horrible time speaking tonight. What you can do is save this anywhere on your iCloud drive. I'm just going to save it right on the main view here. I'm going to go ahead and hit save. And so this is now saved into your personal iCloud. So what I'm going to do is this app happens to be a local developer build called a debug build. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to kill this. And I'm actually going to remove the app, delete it. And then I'm going to come into test flight here. If I can spell. And I'm going to install the test flight build for LoadLab. And this is actually their production build that's going to be coming out here soon. So let's go ahead and open this up. So you'll notice there's no data in there. The build that I'm on right now is a debug build, or that I was previously on was a debug build. All that data that you had saved in the debug build, that doesn't apply to production. So this, what I'm going to do is come in here to settings, and I'm going to import data. And I'm just going to hit replace all. And I'm going to come in here. You can see that I did this earlier, but we'll do the one, my LoadLab stuff. And I'm just going to go ahead, select that guy. Data is imported. Hit home. Bob's your uncle. All my data is there. All my screenshots are there. We can go in here, take a look at, let's just look at this ladder test, review balls. All your stuff is still there. So you are good to go. Where this is really going to come in handy, yes, for users, you can store data anywhere that you want to and have a backup. Just know that it's always going to sync automatically for you in iCloud Kit in a private database on your phone. So you don't necessarily have to do this all the time. Where this comes in handy, or where this is really going to come into play, I should say, is for users that are on the beta. So the beta builds are in a debug environment. When the production build comes out, you're going to want to follow these same steps. Otherwise, your data won't be there. That is, if you actually want to save your data that you use during the beta builds. Kind of assuming some of you do, some of you probably don't really care, doesn't really matter. But if you want to get your data out of that development environment and into production, come into settings, export your data out of your current test flight builds that you guys are running on beta. I'm running debug builds because I'm on the developer side of it. But just make sure you export your data. And then when you go to install into production, just import your data. And that's really all there is to it. And even if you forget to do this after the fact, if you go back in a test flight, and you guys will all have access to that, if you go back in a test flight, your data will show up because that's in a development environment. And then all you have to do is export it, delete that app, go install the production app, and then import it. One thing I want to call out though is before you export, just make sure you have the latest and greatest, um, just in case somebody happens to be running an old version. I don't think there will be any issues exporting your data from the beta. Um, but just in case, just upgrade your app real quick and you should have it. But yeah, hit me on Discord if you have any questions. Hopefully this helps somebody out. See ya.